All right, looks like they're they're deconflicting stuff in Echo Team chat. So let's give them a moment to figure that out.
Yeah, Big Wolf was just having some technical difficulties with Discord, but they got it figured out now.
Yeah, if only they would let us do party chat in game, then we wouldn't need to have this like out of band kind of solution here. But unfortunately, this is what we have right now. So yeah, I don't know how many of you are from ABBA, but like Ida Enna has done a really good job, not pretty good job, a really good job of structuring that to meet the needs of the players, just to kind of coordinate a BA run, because just doing that like straight from in game is pretty hard to do. So we try to compensate here out in Discord land to kind of provide the necessary channels that are not present inside the game. Once we go into the instance, then you have party chat, and you don't need to be using Discord to talk to your party members. You can just scope your party communications in game directly. But right now we don't have party chat, so that's why it's like this. Dispel, and you're missing dispel and reflect. Yeah, can you buy those fragments on the market board?
If you need some gill spotted, I can give you some gill.
There you go. Who's talking? Make sure you identify yourself, just so big.
Oh yeah, sorry. If Leon, an Echo Team.
Yeah, we can't trade anything in the instance either, so that's why we're still out here trying to.
I guess I could just buy him the frags. What frags were those again? What was the
Ingenuity? Make sure you're able to meet up with him, though. You might be on different worlds if you're going to do that.
Yeah, what world is Big Wolf on? On Cactus?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me make my way to Cactus.
Like he might be traveling himself. Like I have no idea. Cactar, okay.
Cactar, okay. Oh, is Favik getting the fragments then, or you want me to go to Cactar and just buy them?
Looks like Fiavik is already assisting him.
Okay.
Market board, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if market board doesn't show ingenuity, because like people don't farm those fragments. Ingenuity, you can buy that directly with clusters, or like you kill like star mobs with lost death and stuff in zone, I think zone 2 in BSF. That's how I get mine. I don't buy mine with fragments or clusters. So I don't think Big Wolf has either reflect or dispel. So he needs a few supports for reflect. Yeah, make sure you've got your full holster, including your pure essence. That's critical. Yeah, it's not like a 100% rate to get the thing you want either. There's quite a bit of RNG involved, so you know there's that to deal with. And I'm just gonna advise folks, just make sure, just stay patient here. I know we're kind of a little bit behind schedule, but we're not burning like instance time. Like we're not doing this inside, so there's that. And we're gonna get our member here straightened out so we can be effective once we go in. Yeah, take this time to do preemptive bio if necessary. You know, whatever you need to get comfortable. Once we go in, we've got a 3-hour time limit. And barring anything like, you know, ridiculous happening while we're waiting on the first pad, we should clear pretty quick. We should clear like with a lot of time to spare, rather, not pretty quickly. What would be a short clear time? Like an hour and change. Like if we go in as a this is one reason I don't do reclears is just because it's like it's kind of boring to me. Just like everyone knows what to do and everyone does the thing, and like you go in and out in like an hour, and it just doesn't feel like a challenge. At least this way, like getting people up to speed, and you know, we all kind of like go through the struggle of a little bit of prog. Maybe we make it, maybe we don't, but a lot of times we do make it. That's not a promise, though. Don't take that as a promise.
Every fight's kind of a flip of the coin. You never really know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's exciting. And then it's exciting to see people like slowly get better at like TS and not doing the temperature mechanics at TA. Like, you know, that's nice to see. And like people will like get their first clear and then like keep showing up, because this just becomes like a thing that they do on Saturday. Like, you know, can't get mad at that.
It also feels so nice to see so many fresh clears at the end when we do.
Yeah.
And like 22 last night was amazing.
Was it 22? I didn't count, but yeah, that's good.
It was 22.
Nice. Yeah, yesterday's run was very impromptu on my part. Yeah, hoping Atma gets rested and comes back in a subsequent week whenever he has time. Yeah, good old Rosa Mundi has been evangelizing for doing Dust Reflect every time it's up. She's sitting on like 7,000 care frags or whatever in her inventory, just because that's just something that she likes to do. Yeah, like if you think about it, that's just 7 stacks, right? Because each stack can be like 999, right? Yeah, but reflecting, like a single session of reflecting dust, you can get like, I want to say like 100, 200 in the 30-minute period. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It just takes a lot of time. But it's something to do, just like fishing is something to do. No, okay, so to answer Sarah Belvol's question, there's only one lost cache inside. That's when we instance in that initial pad, similar to DR normal. You're only going to get that first box at the beginning. There's no return. Return does not work. You cannot load stone to go back to the beginning. There's no teleportation crystal, none of that. So whatever you put into your holster at the beginning pad, that's all you're gonna have access to for the rest of the dungeon, for the rest of the instance, right? Like if we wipe, then we all have to leave the instance and then come back, and then you'll get another turn at the cache for the next run. But for each time we go in, there's only one chance to touch the cache, and that's at the very beginning. So that's why we have our like holsters set up. So like you have to bring all those tools and those at least at the minimum those required numbers. Like that's taking into account that we're not going to be able to go back to the cache. So, you know, if you meet the requirements to participate, like have those items in those numbers in your holster, then you'll be more than prepared to do well. Like you don't want to bring like, I don't know, like you don't want to bring too many like lost font of power or magic or whatever, because like they have a cooldown and there's only like there's a finite amount of fight time when we're in there, right? So it's not like you're gonna burn through like 99, I don't know, 99 potions or something like that. Like there's literally not enough time to use all of them. So just bring at the very minimum what's in the requirements to participate, and anything extra beyond that, like you'll especially DPS, you're gonna have a lot of room in your holster to bring like extra stuff. Just bring whatever you think is going to be useful to you. Okay. Fresh folks like to bring a lot of eraser that gives you like more chances at extra lives. Healers, even though I don't recommend it, will bring lost like extra lost arise and carry the raid like that. And I personally don't, well, not even personally, as a host, I don't really ask healers to bring a specific number of lost rise beyond like what we have in the requirements to participate. But healers will do that, right? And I'm not going to stop them. So things like that, right? Some people will bring like excellence and mimic and just do all sorts of wild things in here. There's that too. So the lost action system is actually pretty it's not super deep, but it's got a good amount of depth to it that you can do some interesting things with it to push your damage numbers really high compared to what you'd see on the outside. So that's always fun to see when people do ridiculous things with lost actions. Okay, so Fiavik, to answer your question, we are not doing hallway strat for slimes. We're going to be doing room strat since we have a full contingent. So we're just going to keep it simple and do room strat. So don't worry about bringing lost, rage or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, personally, I prefer room strat just because, like, hallway strat just gets it just gets kind of hectic in my view. But that's just my own personal opinion. Like, I think in ABBA their standard strat for slimes is hallway strat.
I don't like hallway strat. It's stressful.
Well, I mean, whatever works, right? Like that's why there's a number of different hosts. I would even say that there's not like an Aether way of running DRS. Like I wouldn't claim to represent Aether as a host. All right, are you guys sorted out in Echo team? I know we're just kind of chilling out here, but it looks like you've gotten past the deconfliction phase, and I think Big Wolf's got what they need. Or am I wrong? All good? Okay. Okay. Gonna do another soft ready check here. And everyone, I appreciate you guys staying patient while we bring our fellow members up to speed here. Like we don't have like early prog, mid prog, like late prog parties here, at least in Lego Steppers, just because mainly because I'm lazy and I don't want to deal with it. So we just have everyone go. We all go together, and we all kind of pay a little bit of tax to bring our teammates up to speed every time we go in. And you know, we've been doing this for like a year and a half by now. So all right, 48 out of 48. Enough talking from me. Everyone is as ready as they can get, and that's all I can ask for. Let's go. Queuing in. Go ahead and click commence. If you're alt tabbed out, please alt tab back into the client. Click that commence button, and let's get this show on the road. And once again, thank you guys for being patient. I'll tell you this, if we wipe inside, I will be mad for 0 seconds, okay? Wipes happen, just, you know, it's part of our code of conduct. We're just going to dust ourselves off. If it's a slime golem wipe, we're going to dust ourselves off and try again, okay? And that's all. There's no, you know, no one's going to have feelings about people making mistakes here when they're trying to learn stuff that they've never done before. Like that's, like we know that's going to happen, so just kind of expect it. And a lot of times we'll clear in one shot. That does happen too, so I think that actually happened yesterday. And we had 22, we had a bunch of people who were fresh last night too, so it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Like we can get it all the way to the end. So just stay patient. Keep your ears open, try not to tune out. And we'll get through this, okay? Alright, do not jump on the jump pads right away. Give folks a chance to touch the cache, touch the appraiser. Make sure you are popping your pure and your re-raiser. Make sure you've got full charges of your initial lost actions, whatever you're going to bring. As mentioned earlier, we're not doing hallway strat and slime side, so make sure you plan accordingly.
This is Ifleon from Echo. Does it matter what tanks are going on, slime side or not? I only asked that because
Echo's gonna be golem side.
Yeah, you
Okay,
guys are
'cause
golem side.
I have never touched golem, so good
Well,
luck.
you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
I felt the same way my first time on golem side. They explained it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, so I got markers up here. Just rally under your team marker. Echoes go to 1, Foxtrots go to 2. The way this is gonna work, the Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot teams on the east half of this stairwell. Once the call to jump is made, you guys are gonna go straight onto that glowing pad on the right. You're going east to the golem side. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie teams will be taking the left portal here, and we're going to be jumping down to the slime. We're going to be jumping to the slime side area. But we're all going to jump together, okay? No one should be just auto-braining onto the pad right now. Don't do that. The reason we're just staying here until we're all sorted out at the cache is because if we're in here and someone like realizes like, oops, I don't have reflect, or oops, I don't, you know, have something, like at least we have a chance to come up here and touch the cache to kind of flex around that mishap, okay? Once we jump on these pads, as I mentioned before, we don't have access to this cache for the rest of the run, so yeah, that's why we all stay up here until we're like for sure as ready as we can get. Buddy check each other, make sure everyone's got their pure re-raiser on. Take a look at your team's reminiscence buffs on your party list. If someone's carrying something that doesn't make sense, please ask them about it. I saw this last night too. Healers, make sure that you're not carrying like a lost cure. Because if I'm not mistaken, healers cannot actually use lost cure. So you're going to want to put something in there that you can actually use. Yeah, make sure you're equipping, just like Stone Free, Joe Star said, make sure you're equipping whatever Save the Queen equipment that you have. We do have party chat in here, so feel free to use that. All right, yeah, healers, make sure you're not carrying like Lost Cure in here because you can't use that. If you don't know what to slot in, just slot something in that you think might be useful. And as you get experience in here, and you know, like, okay, I didn't use that. Let's try something else. Like, you know, you're gonna build on your experience in here. So, also, make sure that you did not leave the Lost Finds cache with anything less than the maximum capacity of your holster. Okay, if all you did was put into your holster like the minimum required stuff from your cache, make sure you go back to the holster and fill in those empty slots. Okay, in an emergency, empty space will not help you. If you walked away from the cache with like a 97 or 98 out of 99 on your Lost Finds holster, go back to the cache and fill up that space. Okay, you've got 1 weight resistance potion, you've got 1 weight light curtains, so like there's no reason to leave the cache with anything less than a full holster. Additionally, when you leave the cache, make sure you click the Lost Finds holster button and check that that holster looks the way you intended for it to look. Okay, it's very easy to step away from the Lost Finds cache without clicking confirm. Like, you just close the window, ignore the prompt telling you your changes will be canceled. That happens. Okay, so double check when you're standing with your team under your respective team markers. Actually click on that Lost Finds holster and actually eyeball that list and make sure that looks the way you expect it to look. Yeah, like I keep saying, preparation is a mechanic in and of itself. So take the time to prepare here. Make sure you're as good to go. If you forget something, like, it's not the end of the world, but like, we're here, right? Just do your double, triple checking, check each other, make sure people are carrying like same things, right? No one should be carrying like Lost Swift, or not Lost Swift, Lost Stealth, and Lost Swift. No need to carry Lost Swift, really. Like, no impetus. No one should be bringing like Bubble. That's not really needed here. No Lost Protect, right? Someone might be bringing Protect thinking it's helpful. Don't do that. No one takes physical damage in here other than the tank getting hit in the face.
Is it okay if I, as the tank, have Lost Protect? Or should I just get rid of it?
Just get rid of it. I mean, there's really no reason to bring it in. Yeah. I used to have it as part of the requirements, but like, we literally never cast it.
So like, I'll just like an extra Lost Dispel or something be fine.
Yeah, up to you. I know, like, so my holster as a tank, for example, I've got Lost Fauna Power, Lost Sacrifice. I've got 2 Aether Shields per the requirement. And then my extra stuff is a single Dynamis dice for like a chance at like a res if things are looking real bad. Just I'll try to cast that and hopefully get like the 15 closest people up. Or like a resistance elixir. I've got 3 of those in the pocket because I'm a Dark Knight. So when I invuln, I can just pop one and not worry about not getting enough healing or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'll just do, is fill it like that and then just bring 2 resistance elixirs. And 1 more. That should be good.
Yeah, I think other than like actually doing the dungeon, like this part where we're like kind of standing here, and like the part outside where before we queue in, like that's the longest part of running TRS. Like, once we jump on these pads, it's just we get to the queen or we run out of time. And like, I've never run out of time in here yet. We've come close, but that's when like extra buffoonery is happening. But so far we've only been in here for 10 minutes. Oh, speaking of buffoonery, make sure you guys don't get AFK kicked. All right, like, that's something we definitely don't need to deal with. So just make sure you stay mobile. Don't get AFK kicked. If you see the warning show up, just make sure you're moving around a little bit to make sure the game knows that you're not AFK. This dervish stack, if 2 or more in a party is using, you should offset it. They're not going to stack. Yeah, they don't stack. They overwrite each other. So you're gonna wanna talk about who's doing it when, and try to stagger it as best as you can. But that said, no one's perfect, right? Just figure it out. Talk to your fellow Fizz ranged teammate if you're in a 2 Fizz ranged team. All right, we're standing by for the cache and appraiser to clear. Sometimes we get QOL stuff.
Yeah, we're about to finally be able to know what type of damage is being dealt by the boss.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, all right. They know we're going to Flogs to look at that damage type anyway. I'm just glad it's gonna show up on the HUD.
It's just to make it easier for Dark Knights to complain when there isn't enough magic damage.
Hey, I feel attacked there. I want to know when to use Dark Missionary or when Dark Mind is useful. Until you get to that boss, it's just all physical, and then you're like, God damn it.
When you realize it's time to switch to Gunbreaker, because Gunbreakers are better.
But Gunbreakers don't have that drip.
Yeah, but
Big
Gunbreakers
Wolf
has
got
a
no
sword.
pure. Big
It's
Wolf,
also
do
a
you not
gun.
have a pure essence in your cache? Big Wolf, you there? No pure essence? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Do you have a Templar? Yeah, that's fine. Do you have a Templar? I'll tell you, this is what's going to happen, okay? Figure out a way to survive by, like, because, like, right now you have nothing on, so you're definitely going to die to, like, literally the first raid wide in TS. And you're probably not going to do enough. Well, you're in an Echo team, so not super concerned about doing enough damage to golems. You've got like other people there, but you're definitely going to die to the first raid wide on the first boss here. If you don't have, well, I'm going to put you on the lowest priority for res, and actually I'm going to just leave it to healer discretion to res you or not. So don't take that personal. Okay, we're not doing that to be mean, but if you already noticed, you've got a debuff saying resurrection restricted. Like, we can't just like freely res you with mana here like we can outside. So we have a limited number of charges on Lost Arise, and we can't waste that on someone who's not ready. So just make sure if you got like a Templar, then that'll give you a chance at surviving stuff, and at least you'll get to see the fight. But when you die, we're possibly not going to res you. So I'll just leave that on the healers to. Actually, no, we'll just say not. But let's just not. I don't want to put that decision on the healers. Let's just not res Big Wolf. And like I'm not. This doesn't mean you're like a bad player or anything like that. It's just before this particular run you're not prepared. So. But you're already here. I'm not going to ask people to re-instance just to correct your situation. I thought you got your forts, or not your fort, your fragments of divinity outside, but okay, yeah, just put on, is it veteran or whatever it is with the defense here? Actually, let me get this up. There's a healer, like a tank essence. Is it Templar? Yeah, let's try Templar. Get a deep essence of the Templar if you have it, or an essence of. Do you have either? Is it veteran? Where's veteran? Okay, yeah, veteran will work too. Actually, veteran might actually be better. Yeah, if you got a deep essence of the veteran, put that on. We're good on time. We've got 164 minutes, and yeah, we're fine. I think yesterday we jumped off the pad at like under like 160. Okay, that's good enough. When you die, we're just not gonna res you, and just, you know, take it in stride. Don't think that we think any less of you here. It's just, you know, for this particular run you're not ready, and take it as a lesson learned. Once you're done with the cache, Big Wolf, just make sure you rally with your team. Yeah, some folks show up here and it's like they've only been here less than 24 hours and like know nothing about how we operate here, so like that does happen on occasion. Oh, actually, Big Wolf, do you have re-razor at least? You don't have any re-razor either? And I'm talking about resistance re-razor. Okay, no, that's fine. He's not like, he can still do like ready checks and stuff, and if he winds up outside of the instance, just nominate someone else within your own party to manage your own team. So Big Wolf, do you have any resistance re-razor? Okay, make sure you use it. Okay, like look at your team list. Everyone's got that red buff on. That gives them at least some chance of coming back to life if they die, right? You will probably die just by virtue of this being, you know, relatively difficult content compared to like running a 4-man dungeon or something like that, or like faffing around in Boja or Zadner. So just make sure that you give yourself the greatest chance for success, right? That you can. So you want to use your blue feather, your resistance re-razor right now, and then go back to the cache and then bring more re-razor. Right, we're just gonna Do you not know how to use your items in your holster, Big Wolf? You got some stuff, so I thought you did. Oh, you couldn't find it. Oh, it's the blue feather, like in the item related, the bottom section, the third item over. Yeah, don't feel like we're pressuring you to hurry up here. Okay, take the time. Make sure you find. It should be like the third item in the item related, the bottom green section of your cache. There's you should have like a resistance eraser icon. Just click that and put a couple of those. Actually, put as many of those into your holster as you can, whatever you have, and then use one now. And then open up the cache and then refill that holster space. There you go. Okay, now go back to the cache. Yeah, and just as many re-razors as you can bring. Okay, on the off chance that you keep coming back to life when you die because of your re-razor, just use another re-razor. Okay, and hopefully you can see as much of this dungeon as we can get you through. And then if you happen to to die out, then just take it in stride and try to get prepared by reading our stuff in Discord and prepping on the outside for the next run. Yeah, there's a lot of prep here. So okay, I think we're about as ready as we can get. All right, buddy, check each other. Make sure everyone, except for noted exceptions, have Pure on. Make sure everyone's got Re-Razor on. Okay. Last call for cash, last call for appraiser. Again, if you left the cash with anything less than a full holster, make sure you go back to the cash and fill it up. And fill up your holster. There's no return or anything, so we can't come back here to correct any mistakes once we jump on these pads. Okay, cash is clear. Appraiser is clear. Delta Echo and Foxtrot teams, you're now under the direction of Izumi Midori. Cash is clear. Appraiser is clear. Jump, jump, jump. Delta Echo and Foxtrot teams, go ahead and hop on down to Golem Gulag Gang voice chat. That's one voice channel below this one. And we'll see you on the other side. Good luck with your encounter. Now talking to Slime side only. Slime side only. Please do not advance past the alpha marker. This is a safety protocol that we're observing, so we don't get any accidental right clicks on the door.
Okay, I shall look up, I suppose. Welcome to Golem Side, everybody. If you look into these rooms, to explain to the new people here, there are 4 rooms. There is a glyph on each room. They are all different colors. There's a blue, a white, a green, and a red. Our goal is to bring these golems onto these glyphs and kill them on those glyphs. As you can see, there are some golems over here. They are blue and green. However, these golems cast a spell called Metamorphosis. What this does is they change from blue to white to green to red. Hey, those are the same colors as the rooms. Convenient, isn't it? So what we do is we have a tank on each of these golems. Let me just double check that there's a tank on each of these. There's a tank here, there's a tank here, there's a tank. You're a tank, right? You are a tank. Alright, we have a tank on each of these golems. So this golem right here is going into the red room. This golem here is going into the green room. This one here is going into the white room. And this one here is going into the blue room. Once we open these doors, the golems will activate. We will wait for till we know that Slimes is ready. When we open this door, we will grab our golem and we will go to our room. Imagine that this golem is the glyph right now, and I am at the door of the room. There, in 2 of these rooms, is a trap. It'll either be on the east or the west of the pad. As tanks, we can just, we can invuln through these traps. So what we typically do is we have our tanks, we use our sprint, we pop our invuln, and then we run all the way to the wall. This will guarantee that we pop a trap if there is a trap there. There's also a trap in the hallway. Mahia, you will grab that. Do we have another tank for the south here? If not, we can just have. I don't know. Mahia can probably get both of them. I believe in Mahia. Mahia is strong. And then Mahia, you will also grab the red room, invuln. The tank in the red room will not use their invuln because the the red room, the red golem does something specific. Let me just go over the blue one. The blue one will what it does is it will do a tank buster on its main threat. The buster itself is not deadly. However, what follows is a very heavy bleed. Healers are going to want to Asuna the main tank on that golem. Otherwise, they may die because that bleed is very heavy. I've seen tanks die to that bleed. So be ready. Can I get a healer on each of the blue golems?
Hi, I know you asked about, this is Ifleon from Echo. I know you asked about a tank for this south one here, for this blue one. That's why I was jumping down on it.
Okay, sorry, I meant for the hallway, south hallway, but yeah, I'll let you take the white room golem then. I'll take the blue room golem.
Okay.
And then Mahia will get because in addition to these 4 golems, there will be a golem spawning from the north and the south of the hallway. These are just regular ruin golems. We'll pretty much ignore them, except for the tank responsible for holding onto them. Once you hit them, they will tether to the first person that hits them, and then they'll just punch that target for an eternity. Actually, let me confirm with Mahia that you're okay with doing double golem duty in the hallway. Okay, thank you, Mahia. I thought we had 6 tanks, but nobody stepped. Oh, Scholastic. Actually, yeah, Scholastic. Can you take the south hallway then? Thank you. I didn't even bother checking my own party. Anyway. So yeah. The blue golem will cast a tank buster bleed. Healers, make sure you Asuna the tank that gets bled. The white room golem, once it changes to white, will at 30% use a spell called Compaction. What this does is basically, Scholastic, you just hit the runic golem where it spawns. It'll spawn, you can just use your AoE to grab it, and then you just sit there, look pretty. It'll punch you in the face a little bit. And that's it. It's a very easy job. One of the main reasons why we have, I'll get to it. So the white room, the white golem, what it does at 30% health, it will cast a spell called Compaction. What this does is it'll heal itself to full. We will hold our burst until it starts casting Compaction, and then we'll just burst it down, make sure it doesn't cast Compaction. We'll then move to the green room. The green golem, what it does is it'll eat runic golems. But if there are no runic golems, it just hits you in the face. So that is why we have the tank in the north and the tank in the south, so that the runic golems don't wander into the rooms, and the green golem doesn't eat them. The red room golem, what it does is it will tether to the first person that it hits, or that hits it. And what it does is it does a tank buster for all of its auto attacks. So the red room golem the red room tank will just be running around the room, kiting it in a circle, making sure that they do not get hit. The red golem is very slow, so just keep hitting it, blah, blah, blah. Can I get a physical range to join the red room? Thank you. The reason is because the metamorphosis spell that I
know what I'm
said.
doing.
What?
Yeah, I know what to do as a phase range.
Yeah, I know. I'm just explaining in general, how it works for everybody who is new. The metamorphosis spell can be interrupted. So for those golems that are the correct color, we'll use our interrupt spell to keep them the same color, and then the fizz range is just to make sure that that still gets interrupted. How long does the red golem HP go before you ting in the center? We will hold, we'll DPS it down to around like 15%, and then we will hold on to it. We'll wait for slime side to call rupture, and then we will bring it to the center or to the to the pad, and then kill it around there. And that is basically all the explanations, I think.
I guess for the room traps, are we waiting? Because I was looking in your Discord perception guide there, or no perception. Are we just basically waiting for the blue golems to do the tank buster and then clear the traps with it?
No, you do the trap clear first, and then because the tank buster takes like a little bit of time.
So just take my golem in the white room, pop tank and ball, and blow the traps up.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for everybody else, who I did not explain anything to do, you'll be following the hunt train. You will be going into the blue room, killing the blue golem. Then you'll be going to the white room, killing the white golem. Then the green room to kill the green golem. And then the red room, where we will DPS it down to around 15%, then wait for slimes to rupture, and then we'll kill the red golem. The reason that we wait is because if we kill all the slimes early, then runic golems in the hallway will spawn much faster, and they will start casting a spell called Demolish. It is a raid-wide spell that applies Thrice Come Ruin, and when you get 3 stacks of Thrice Come Ruin, you get Doom, and when you get Doom, you die. And that is bad. We can stun these casts, but it's just a lot of effort, so we just hold on to the red room golem. Is there anybody who has questions about what they need to do, confused about what they need? Can we get a healer on the 2 green golems as well? Yeah, they can be slept too. Which golem gets interrupted? The golem that gets interrupted are the ones that are the correct color on the pad. So if it's the same color as the pad, then you want to interrupt it, because if it finishes its cast, it'll change color, and then we'll have to skip that golem, let it go through the cycle from blue to white to green to red to back to blue. Yeah, so if it's the same color as the pad that it's standing on, interrupt it. Can we get another healer for this golem right here? Thank you. Yeah. Just keep an eye on that, on your assigned golem tank. Since there is a trap in the hallway, be careful about when we open the doors. Before going into the north half of the room area, Mahia will pop the that trap and the red room trap. The red room golem tank will not use their invuln to sweep. You will be using your invuln on when you're placing it on the red pad. Yeah, just confirming. Varen, how's that materia melding achievement going? I see you're still at it. $6,000. Ooh, getting there. You'll give me time before you move into the alright. You don't want to mess it up and dying before you move it. Yeah, like I'll pretty much call like 15% stop DPS, and then you'll still keep kiting it. We'll wait for the rupture call from slimes. We'll see the rupture call. I'll say put the golem on the pad, everybody kill the red golem. Something like that. Do make sure to keep wiggling around. I know nacl probably already said it, but if we are AFK for 10 minutes without any action, you'll get kicked from the instance, and that is unfortunate. So make sure you just like do a little movement. Yeah, slime side does take a really long time to explain. We'll ready check when slime side is readying up, because if we ready check now, then like slimes takes another 10 minutes. Like some people might be like get like a little bit unfocused and like may decide, hey, I'm gonna get up without saying anything and then go to the bathroom, and then slimes will be like, all right, ready, and then we'll be like, yeah. Why do we have no real accessories on? It's because as long as you have an item equipped, then it will scale to it'll scale up no matter what. So it doesn't matter what accessories you have. And I like to meme and have what do I have? I have Empyrean. No, I have a Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch is best in slot. It also helps with keeping, well, at least in my reasoning, it's because it helps gear sets remain the same, and it doesn't keep up an inventory slot. No. See, look, mine has stats. It gives me stats. They whenever you enter save the queen content like Baja or Zadnor, they give you like a little sticky note that says, hey, these are your new stats. Slide is readying up. All right, can we get each of the parties to ready up? And then whoever was acting golem lead can let nacl know that we are ready, that each alliance is ready. Echo is ready, Delta is ready, and then just waiting on Foxtrot to say that they are ready. All right, cool. Whoever was assigned golem lead can let nacl know that golem side is ready. Thank you. I definitely do pay attention to everything nacl says. Tanks, make sure you have your tank stances on. And once the countdown begins, at the end of the countdown, Mahia will bust through the door, and then our tanks will grab their things, their they're little rock pets. They're our pet rocks. We're taking our pet rocks for a walk.
Careful not to follow too close to your pet rock if you're not a tank, so you don't get, accidental collateral damage to the tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure that you don't enter the room until the trap is popped. Yeah, definitely.
That was my experience the first time I was in here.
Yeah. Yeah, food is not 100% necessary here. Right. Now everybody kill this blue golem. Tank busters are coming. Ooh.
I got annihilated.
We will
Come back, buddy.
get that blue golem handled later. Alright, cool. Everybody to the white room. Hold your burst for the... when it starts around 30%. Just slap that white golem. Alright, burst the white golem. Kill it. Alright, everybody to the grand room. Kill this grand golem. And then everybody to the red room. Don't use dots on the red golem. And then around 15%. Let's interrupt that. Alright, everybody stop DPS. Go ahead and go into the hallways if you are not handling the red golem. And just kill these rune golems, build up your gauge, get a head start for Trinity Seeker. Oh, interrupt that red golem. Alright, cool. Very interesting, getting a very good cardio workout right now. Running for their life. Interrupt. Thank you. Oh, it's a wipe. Let's just pretend that's a rupture. Put it on the pad and kill the red golem. And that's golem side. Ta-da!
Yay!
We'll see some ruined golems spawning. We'll see them cast Demolish. We're going to let them cast Demolish because it is a wipe. If Slime side wipes, we cannot continue on the instance. We will see that Demolish is going to give us that good doom. And then everybody's Eraser will proc, because it is a wipe.
Yeah, Re-Raise is only proc in the wipe, obviously.
Yep.
Don't work any other time.
Oh wow, mine actually didn't pop.
It's like a chance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 70% to actually.
Yeah. For me, it's very simple. If it's a wipe, it's 100%. If it isn't, 0.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have never gotten a Razor if it was the wipe. Never.
Alright,
And then
we're
when it's
gonna-
like, all right, guys, we're wiping Razor procs.
No.
we are hopping out, and then we will be hopping right back in.